Go ahead. Make my day.
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast. My name is Matt.
And I'm Adam.
We're gonna cut the intro a little short here. You know where to find us. We're at Make Movies Great everywhere on all social media channels. This is episode 50.
The big 50.
Yeah. For what is today's date? Is today March 20th? God,
March 20th.
Damn, March 20th, 2018. I feel like it just turned 2018. We've been gone for a little bit. It's been a little hectic on our sides of the microphone. But we're happy to be back now. Sean is not with us. This is just going to be a quick, we're going to get back into the pool with you guys and swim around a bit.
Yeah, let our listeners know we're still alive and we're still thinking about you.
Absolutely. First up here.
I got a couple of things. So when I went to go to see Annihilation a few weeks ago, there was, at AMC, there was an advertisement for something called a Fantasy Movie League, and I was really intrigued by it. And I was thinking we might want to do something like this. It looks pretty cool. So I think you set a lineup every week, and it's based on box office, how much the movie makes at the box office. I'll have to do a little bit more digging, but I think it might be worth it. You know, maybe the three of us and 7 or however many they allow, lucky listeners can join our fantasy movie league.
Hey, I have some bad news for you. Oh, I have some good news and some bad news.
Okay.
The bad news is that this is not something new, and the good news is we actually already have a league set up.
Okay.
So we'll get. Actually, I don't know if we still have it actually set up, but I started. Me and GMAC have been doing this for a while, and it's actually a lot of fun. We set up the Paul Walker Memorial Fantasy Movie League.
Wow.
And so we right now we are on spring 2018, which is it goes 14 weeks at a time or something like that. I guess about that. But yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. You set a lineup, and you have $1,000 to spend. And you can allocate that however you want, like a movie. Like this week, I'll give you an example. This week, for this weekend, Pacific Rim costs Uprising costs $340. Black Panther comes in at second; it's $251, and you have $1,000 to spend. You could do 2 Pacific Rims and a Black Panther and a bunch of other like cheaper movies, or you can do like a bunch of different ones, however you want. And then whoever has the most money at the end of the come Monday wins that week. So I think that's a great idea. So I think that what we should do is we should sit down. Like, did you download the app yet?
No, not yet.
So download it. It's actually it's a really good app and really easy to use. Download it, make an account. I'm pretty sure you just pick a name. I don't think it's like anything like super involved. But make a name, and then we'll make a room for anybody that wants to join like the Make Movies Great Again fantasy movie. We'll see how many people want to join us. I'm sure that like a bunch of our buddies that do movie podcasts on Twitter will probably hop in. I would assume.
Yeah.
And then hopefully like a bunch of fans. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
So item number 2 on here. I was wondering, when we got too cool for the red and blue 3D glasses, why is it that when we go to see 3D glasses now, everybody like, oh, let's look like the Blues Brothers? Why don't we bring back the retro ones? Is it a different type of 3D that requires the black lenses? Let's get some style going. I don't want to be confused with glasses and 3D glasses.
Yeah, I actually don't. Oh, I know. I guess I know a little bit about the technology behind it. The red and blue. What makes the red and blue glasses 3D is that you're watching something that has like the main picture, and then there's like a tint of it blue offset to the right and a tint of it red offset to the left. And then the glasses are the opposite. The blue is on the left, the red is on the right. So when you're watching it, your mind combines it together but separates the red and the blue. I can't put it into words, but there's a reason. It's two different technologies. But I have to agree, there has to be a way for them to incorporate those style glasses into the new, like the new 3D glasses, like that you wear to like now, like new, like 2018 3D glasses.
Yeah,
yeah, because they
or
are
at least make
ugly.
them cool.
Ugly as
Make them,
shit.
if you're gonna do all black, make them look like blind people sunglasses.
Right, yeah, have them cover all over. Also, I'd like to just throw in, make them more comfortable. Like, I would even be okay with, like, a company like Ray-Ban coming out and being like, hey, here, we're releasing 3D sunglasses. 3D glasses, right? They're very comfortable, they're stylish. You buy these, and then when you go see a 3D movie, you just bring these with you. Cause, like,
Right, you're not wearing ones that you hope are washed or whatever.
right, yeah, exactly. Or fucking comfortable, or like maybe you
Fit
wear
your face properly.
Right. Or maybe you are someone that wears regular eyeglasses, and that's a bitch, because I've had to do that too before. I've had to go to the theater, wear my eyeglasses, then you got to pop those fucking other glasses over them, and like they say it's supposed to work, but it never does, and it's uncomfortable. Maybe they make clip-on, like how they make clip-on sunglasses for people with glasses. Maybe that company...
There's an idea.
Right? I'm just saying. I mean, this is all ideas right here. These are free ideas. Sunglass industry. This is just free ideas. I would absolutely buy a pair of Oakley 3D glasses.
Oh yeah,
110%.
Worth it for the amount of times you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially now that we're both Movie Pass members.
Oh yeah, we are. Nice segue there. We are both Movie Pass members. I am planning to use mine for the very first time this weekend.
Ooh.
I'm psyched about it. I hope you can make it so that way I can figure out how to link the two of them so we can get movies together.
Have you done any research on that at all?
No.
Yeah, I haven't either.
It might be worth calling, if they have like a contact us.
Yeah. I do know that you're able to, like, the functionality is there to buy them online. Like, we can buy them online if we want to.
Yeah.
We can buy, I know that for sure. I just don't know about buying them together, but it's definitely worth a call to customer service to figure that out. But I'm hoping that I'll get up there to watch Pacific Rim with you this weekend. I think that'd be cool. But yeah.
Speaking of Pacific Rim.
Ooh, and look at, we're just fucking, I mean, it's like we never left, honestly. Transitions like you read about.
I read this story online the other day. It was that the director of Pacific Rim Uprising, and forgive me for not having the name handy, but he was telling a story in an interview about how before the movie the movie was in pre-production, him and his team of writers, like I don't know how much GDT was involved in this, but they essentially wrote 3 stories. One, which is the story that made it with John Boyega. 2, which everyone loved. And actually, ironically enough, John Boyega was their first choice for the part. And he was in Legendary Studios. He was going in for a meeting, and they wanted to pitch him the idea, and they weren't sure he'd accept it. He'd be into it because he's already involved in a huge sci-fi franchise with Star Wars, so he didn't, they weren't sure if he'd want to be in too. But apparently he loved it and signed on right then and there.
That's awesome.
So story number 2 that they wrote was about a brother and sister Jaeger team that I guess was the consensus least favorite. And this one is going to make you sick because story number 3 was with Charlie Hunnam coming back as Raleigh Beckett.
Oh, my God.
And everyone loved it. Charlie loved it. GDT loved it. But Charlie couldn't film because he had a scheduling conflict with another movie, his quote-unquote passion project called Papillon, which was probably like a limited release movie. It already came out. I didn't hear anything about it, but it's pretty unfortunate that good for him for doing something that he loves and he's been wanting to do for a long time. But it's just as fans of both the Pacific Rim franchise and Charlie Hunnam, it kind of stinks that we won't get to see that.
Oh, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. That also breaks my heart.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart 100%. That fucking sucks, man. Man. And the other thing, too, is, like, I'm kind of upset Guillermo del Toro is not back for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll get this out of the way. I'm not any less excited to see Pacific Rim 2. But,
exactly.
yeah, just get that out of the way, all right? But, I mean, having GDT for the second one and having Charlie Hunnam back for the second one would have been spectacular. But getting John Boyega, right, and all the cool new Jaegers and shit, and like it like being like amped up to the nth degree, you know, it's not a bad
no, it's
consolidation.
It's really not a bad trade-off. It's really not a bad trade-off because we're getting the same cast back, plus Scott Eastwood, and I'm sure there'll be some cool young Jaeger pilots to join the fray.
Right.
But you know, minus the main star in Charlie.
Oh man, you know what too sucks? Like not just this project, but I just want to see Charlie Hunnam in more things.
I know. Actually, I saw. I mean, we might be treading into movie news here. I didn't have this on there, but he's. They're either filming or getting ready to film a new movie with. So it's Charlie Hunnam. It is Ben Affleck. It is Oscar Isaac. Let's see. Charlie Hunnam, Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Garrett Hedlund, and Pedro Pascal in a movie called Triple Frontier about 5 friends that unite to take down a South American drug lord.
Okay. I like that.
Right?
Yeah, that sounds cool. And I like the cast.
Did I mention Ben Affleck?
I did. I did hear Ben Affleck. That makes my ears ring.
All right, so we're in.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it might be a Netflix movie too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Any way I can really see him, because I really one of my, I don't think it was on my top 10, but it was definitely in my top 20 from last year. King Arthur was a great movie, and it was fucking badass as fuck. And Charlie Hunnam was awesome. Was awesome. King Arthur was fucking awesome. So
he was the part.
That was a cool movie. That was a cool movie. No matter what people will say about it, it was a cool movie. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into trailers of the week. First one up, Fahrenheit 451, which is an adaptation from a very famous book. I know the name. I know people talk about the book. Actually, the bar that was at the end of my street for a little while, for a hot second.
Oh yeah.
Which it was named after the book.
I had no. I could not put my finger on before, and I know it wasn't the book, but it was the bar down at the end of your street.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. It was named after that book because the owners, the people who owned it for a hot second, they loved the book. They that was like their favorite book or whatever. So, they named it. They named it after the book, and I had no idea what it was about until now. I see this movie trailer. It's Michael Shannon and Michael B. Jordan. Just burning
Michael
books.
B. Jordan, so hot in the street right now.
Oh, so hot in the street right now. So hot.
They couldn't have picked a better time to come out with this trailer.
Yeah. Honestly, Michael Shannon's hot, too.
It's an HBO movie. Oh, yeah, Michael Shannon's awesome. He's always awesome.
Yeah.
It's an HBO movie, and, you know, HBO spares no expense, especially with when you've got 2 top-tier actors like Michael Shannon and Michael B. Jordan. Michael Shannon, he was in Boardwalk Empire too, so he's under the HBO umbrella. He's been under the HBO umbrella previously. Actually, Michael B. Jordan was in The Wire.
Yeah. So they both have connections to HBO. Yeah.
And so I was saying this to you earlier. Apparently, it's set in the future where crews of guys go around burning books, so no one can be more knowledgeable. This is what my basic understanding, only seeing the trailer, is that everyone is created equal, so no one gets more knowledge than the next guy by reading books, or no one's perspective gets skewed by reading books.
Yeah.
So this crew of dudes goes around with awesome flamethrowers and burns books. And I would like to translate this concept into Tupperware. So me and you and Sean, a crew of guys will get flamethrowers from Elon Musk, and we'll just go barging through doors and say, hey, point us to your Tupperware you're not using. It's buried in the back of your cabinets, and we'll set it down in the middle of their living room and just light it on fire and say, this is what you get.
I bet. Well, yeah, I bet that a lot of people would welcome us to get rid of their Tupperware.
And you know what? The Tupperware companies would probably be psyched about it too, because then, 20 minutes later, everyone will be like, shit, now we need more Tupperware.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always how it happens. I remember we Lindy and I threw out a bunch of Tupperware. Like, we purged. Like, we got rid of a ton of shit. You know what, too? You know what always gets mixed up in your fucking Tupperware, too? The fucking Chinese food containers. Everybody's like, oh, look at this. It's a nice little container. It's like we can save this. No. You already have enough fucking Tupperware. Get rid of it. We had like fucking...
Throw it away.
We had
you
like
think
fucking 10 of them.
You good Tupperware at a Chinese restaurant where they're charging you $10 for a meal for four?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That is getting shipped over from China, and it is like the lowest grade plastic and crap that you do not want to be storing your food in for more than a night.
Yeah, it's so like we had a ton of those things. We got rid of them all, and then like a week later, we were back like at Stop and Shop, being like, "Oh, we should get this Tupperware. Like we need this now." No, none of that. Throw it all away. Get rid of it. No saving of food. That's it. Fucking rid of it. That's it.
So up next, we've got a trailer that came out, which it seems like forever ago. Venom, starring Tom Hardy, and actually, so. There was a lot, when this came out, there was a lot of negative chatter where you didn't see Venom. I mean, are people just fucking stupid or what? Like, you think they're just going to give you the whole movie in the trailer?
Yeah, well...
And then if they did, you'd complain about that, too.
Exactly.
Get psyched that Tom Hardy is a superhero again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just get psyched for that. That's all that matters.
And to be honest, like, all those idiots who are like, you don't see Venom, first of all, just like you said... Why the fuck would you show Venom in a trailer if you don't have to? Like, they're doing the right thing here. Second of all, if they did, like you said, they would complain that they're showing too much. And also, like, you showed a little bit of, like, the symbiote suit of what it was going to be, like, that little, like, blob of black. Like, that's just enough intrigue. Like, give me that. That's it. That's all I need.
I don't know if you saw this. I've seen it on Instagram a couple times today. That, I guess early reports are that you won't see Tom Hardy in the full Venom suit until the end of the movie, the final battle. But he'll use it throughout as he'll use it as a shield. He'll use it as appendages.
I love it.
You know
Love it.
Love it. And people are pissed about no, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, love it.
You have to save the big reveal for the end, because then you'll get pieces and pieces, and at the end of the movie it'll be like, holy shit! Everybody will lose their mind. I mean, I'll say it. It's going to be carved on my tombstone. That it was the biggest fucking mistake in the world that they showed Doomsday in the Batman vs Superman trailer. Right. That was the stupidest fucking thing you could have ever done.
I still to this day don't understand what the fuck they were thinking. The movie was Batman vs Superman. Why on earth would you need to spoil the villain as well?
Right, and they even spoiled Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
They showed you the moment. In the trailer, they showed you the moment Wonder Woman appears.
Imagine watching the movie, right, going into Batman v Superman. You had seen all the trailers, and all they showed you was Wonder Woman appearing, right? Then all of a sudden you're thinking, to yourself, it's like, okay, well, it's Batman v Superman, and Wonder Woman has to intervene. You have no idea about Doomsday. You have no idea about the aspect of, Luthor, right? Nothing. Yep. It's fucking mind-blowing to me that they fucking did that. Oh my god, it would have been amazing. It would have been a fucking moment. And honestly,
the only trailer that they needed to show was the Super Bowl spot.
Yes.
From the nightmare scene.
Yeah.
That was the only trailer they needed to show.
I would have been fine with that. Absolutely fine with that. Sucks, but we're not getting that. But hopefully with this Venom trailer now, I know this is again, like you said, we're a little delayed here because we've been away, but. This is the way you do a trailer. Nobody should be complaining about this. This is the way you do a trailer.
Especially a teaser trailer where they wrapped production fucking 2 weeks before this trailer came out.
Yeah.
So it has so much work to do in post still.
Yeah. I want to pull an audible here. Can we leave Infinity War for the last one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the next one up is Tag, which I saw the trailer at work yesterday, but I didn't have the volume on. I just watched it before we jumped on with the volume. This looks hilarious.
It looks great, and what a fucking cast.
Yeah.
Too.
Yep. Like I said to you before we came, right before we came on and we were recording, I'm so happy that Jake Johnson is being brought up to the A squad as far as comedic actors. He is a
He should be. He's so funny.
And he's usually the last few times I went to South by. he had a couple like indie movies, and they were some of my favorite ones that I've seen. He's really good in them, and they're like ones that like he's produced, and like they're kind of like passion projects for him. And I think he also wrote at least one of them. But I'm glad that he's like going into like this territory now. He's with Ed Helms. He's with John Hamm, Jeremy Renner.
Yep. And then, Isla Fisher, Rashida Jones.
Yeah. And
Hannibal Buress.
Right, and Hannibal Buress too. I mean, Hannibal Buress has had a sort of like steady rise to like superstardom. He's like a pretty household name now. So that's really cool to see him too, like in this type of movie. And this is a really cool movie. And apparently it's a true story. It's about these friends that every May, the entire month of May, they play a tag game and an unstoppable game of tag.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And I guess somebody is it for an entire year at the end of the month.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so awesome. So it's really cool how they split up the friends. It's like the few friends that like are like real bad at it, and then it's like Jeremy Renner, who's like basically like the Jason Bourne of the tag game.
Hey, he was in a Jason Bourne movie,
right? Yeah, I know. I know Jason Bourne movies, even though I've never seen one. Also, never seen Mission Impossible either. So
yeah, you know what? I've never seen any of the Bourne movies either. Me and you, we gotta have a sit down one day and watch all. Wow, there's fucking 5 of them.
There's 5 of them, right?
Yeah, there's 4 with Matt Damon, and then 1 with Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, we gotta sit down and watch them. I also I keep telling myself I'm gonna watch the Mission Impossible movies because the trailer for the new one looks really good.
They're all really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like hyped up to see Superman in it too. That move he does. This is trailers of the week, so this fits. It's not a trailer of the week, but it came out recently. The new Mission Impossible. That fucking move that Henry Cavill does with like his fucking fists, and he like. I don't know, he's in like that dress shirt and he fucking does this thing and like there's sound effects for it. It fucking looks badass. It looks like
badass.
It looked like he was about
He looks like he can legitimately kick someone's ass.
Oh yeah, he looked like he looked like a massive human being in that shot. And I don't know what he was doing with like his arms. He's like pumping his arms and like getting ready to like throw a punch. I don't know what that is, but I don't have that. Like if I was ready to get into a fight, I wouldn't do that. I would just either get my ass kicked or flail as hard as I could. I wouldn't be doing like getting my arms ready to be punching. Like I didn't even know that was a thing.
No.
Yeah, it's badass. So yeah, Tag and also Mission Impossible 6. Last movie, Infinity War. Infinity War got this trailer, but it's not even a trailer. It was just like someone drilled into my brain and then poured like liquid and then got all the DVDs from all the Marvel movies and liquefied them and then just poured it into my brain. And that's what it was like. And then added Thanos, and that's what it was like.
Yeah, this trailer had everything. Like, you don't need to show another one. They will, and I'll watch it 1,000 times. But
yeah,
oh my God, just so many. They're really starting to explore the team ups that we never thought we'd see happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which is what I'm mainly excited for. Like I'm super excited for the team ups that we're not expecting. Like I love that any of these superheroes are going to meet up. It's going to be awesome and like see the dynamics of that. Like not only because they're going to be facing Thanos, but also just amongst themselves. It's going to be interesting to see like Rocket and Iron Man interact if they do. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see like characters like that like cross interact. And this is not to be said lightly and not to be taken lightly, and this is not hyperbole. This movie is something that has never been done before. It's
never.
On a scale that no other movie has even touched. No movie franchise has even come close. This is 10, 12 years in the making, whatever it is, right? 10 years in the making.
10.
10 years in the making. It's insane. If you had and like 10 years is a pretty quick, it goes by pretty quick. But if you had told me 10 years ago and you showed me the Infinity Wars, if you 10 years ago showed me the Infinity War trailer, I would be like, that's fucking no way. It's crazy.
Yeah, no way. Like, who are all these guys? How is this going to happen?
And Marvel, for some reason, they can't put out a dud. Like, it's like ever since Winter Soldier, they've only been putting out hits. Like hits that make billions of dollars. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they do. That's all they do.
Even like, who the hell expected everyone to love Ant-Man so much?
I know, right?
I was like, what they're making an Ant-Man movie? Who the fuck is Ant-Man?
Exactly.
How is he gonna hold a candle to Captain America?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they do it.
And he fits.
Yep.
He fits.
Yep. And they make you care.
And then I thought, like, Black Panther, that's an obscure one.
Yeah.
The fucking biggest one yet.
Yeah. And it's one of the best yet as well. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. And then also they have they have the talent to do things like take Spider-Man, something that's like been done a few times before now, and something that like, you have high expectations for because of what an important part of the Avengers Spider-Man is, and they exceed your expectations even though they set the bar super high for themselves. Like they exceed.
Yeah.
And they bring in Tom Holland, and Tom Holland kills it as Spider-Man. And so this movie now, combining all of them, this is gonna be something else, man. I mean, this is gonna be the movie of, I don't know, like I would say that's the movie of the decade. Like as far as like superhero movies go, is like there's nothing that's close. There's nothing that's close. It's gonna be.
And you know what, like, and not to get too far off on a tangent, but like I saw something else that, like Justice League, like just bottom line, shitty Justice League numbers, box office numbers, right? That was the fourth movie in that universe, and it's gonna be compared to Infinity War, and this is the 20th movie
something like
in this
that.
franchise.
Yeah, something like
you
that.
Can't. You'll compare them because of the content, but you can't compare them based on their success, because what was the fourth Marvel movie?
What was it?
So
Iron
it was
Captain
Iron
America.
Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2, and then I think it was Thor, and then Captain America.
Yeah.
The original Captain America is one of the lowest grossing movies of the franchise.
It's crazy.
So, but yeah. Bottom line, we could do a whole show. We could do a whole goddamn show on the Infinity War trailer. But bottom line is, we will be there day one, and oh my god, I just can't fucking wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be epic.
Talk about a freeze chamber. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, and we're so close, and it's a week sooner. It's coming April 27th now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ooh.
Very, very, very exciting. All right, let's pop into movie news. We'll scan through these real quick. First up, Joss Whedon leaves Batgirl. Now, I don't know if you know anything about why he left. Is there any particular reason why? Do you know?
Yes. He said he was quoted as to say he does not have a story.
Okay. Excellent.
He said I don't know if he couldn't get it done, like he couldn't create the right story, but the bottom line was it was something he really wanted to do, and obviously he has the pedigree with the 2 Avengers movies under his belt, but he just didn't have a story, and good for him for owning it and stepping down with some pride, but I think it's good. It worked out for all parties because now DC can go out and get a female director. So I feel like that might be more appropriate for this project.
I have a piece of me that believes this, and I also have a piece of me that thinks that this was just the right move in general for Joss Whedon to make. Like, I think they should have got a female director to begin with, but I think it's kind of tacky to say you're stepping down so that you can give a chance to, you know what I mean? Like,
no, he didn't say that. I'm pretty sure he straight up said he didn't have a story.
Right. So that's why I think that him saying he straight up didn't have a story is a better thing than saying I'm going to give this up for a female director. You know what I mean? Which it should have been in the first place. So whatever it ends up being, I think you're right. I think this is the best move for the movie going forward. And hopefully hopefully this doesn't delay it too much. Hopefully they can find somebody and then just go get right on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kevin Smith recently had a massive heart attack, like a fucking massive heart attack. He is the artery that was clogged is called the Widowmaker. It's nicknamed the Widowmaker because this is like, it's like a very low percentage of people survive this. And apparently, like, I've listened to a few of his podcasts where he tells some of the story. He recounts some of the thing. He was some of his, like, the night that he went into the hospital. He was doing 2 live comedy shows, recording his podcast, and when he was doing this, going in to do the second show, he like got lightheaded and he was like nauseous, and so he just like laid down, and they ended up rushing him to the hospital, and they ended up catching it right away, and they put a stent in or whatever.
That's lucky.
Yeah, and I guess they were saying, the doctor was saying that because he's a big smoker, he smokes a ton of weed. They were saying that him smoking weed saved his life because he was relaxed. And if he had been like sober and had been like and got the symptoms of what he was feeling, his body might have reacted differently, and might have sent his heart into like cardiac arrest, which never happened. Like he had a heart attack, but he never went into cardiac arrest, which saved his life.
Right.
So
that's insane.
Yeah, they were able to catch it in time, and like he has like is as much as a clean bill of health you can have after you have a heart attack. So he's like, he's kind of looking at his life differently. He had like, if you want to check out what he said about it, check out it. He has a podcast called Smodcast, which he does with Scott Mosier, who's his like movie partner who like does the producing and writing for a lot of his movies. So go check that out, Smodcast, if you want to hear like Kevin's like firsthand account of like what happened and whatnot. So I wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully, he'll live for a lot longer, because he's still got a few things he wants to make that I want to see, and also, he's got a family, and he's got a long life to live. So hopefully he stays healthy.
That's right.
Yeah. And going into the next thing, The Sopranos are coming back as a movie. It's going to be a prequel movie to The Sopranos. And if you told me that The Sopranos were coming back, and you asked me like how I know we talked about this too before, what would you want another iteration of The Sopranos to be? I would say I want Uncle Junior and Anthony Sr. like that.
Yep.
I want Tony's dad and Tony's uncle.
I don't think it was Anthony Sr. I think his name was different.
Right? Yeah. No. Yeah. It's not Anthony Sr. Whatever his name was. Is it Sal? Was it Salvador?
It might have been. Hold on, I'm checking. Go ahead.
But anyway, that's what I would have wanted. Whether it be a TV show, I'm actually kind of glad it's a movie, because I think a TV show might have
Johnny Soprano.
That's right, Johnny and Uncle June.
Yep.
That's what I would have wanted. So I'm very excited about this. I'm super psyched to see how this shapes up. I'm very excited for casting. I want to see who's going to play young Junior and young Johnny.
What age are they supposed to be? I thought I saw somewhere like teenagers.
Oh, I didn't really read anywhere. I thought the place I read it, I thought Tony was going to be a young kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that Tony is also going to be in the picture. Like, I think he's going to be like maybe. I don't think he's going to be like what Anthony was in the show. Like when you first met him, that young. I think he might be younger.
Yeah.
So.
Is it a movie or a big screen movie?
What'd you say?
Will it be an HBO movie or a big screen movie?
I don't know. I really don't know. If I were to guess, I would think it's going to be an HBO movie.
Yeah.
Right? I mean...
Well, either way, I'm fucking psyched for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be awesome. If you can give me more Sopranos in any possible way, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Up next, I didn't even know this was happening or a thing, but Chris Hemsworth is rumored for the Men in Black reboot. Now, that sounds awesome. Chris Hemsworth is awesome. I like Men in Black. But I thought I heard a while ago they were going to try to do a Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover. You remember hearing that?
I did hear that. I remember hearing that. I didn't know if it was real or not.
Yeah, who knows? But, I mean, this is exciting, too. I actually never saw Men in Black 3, did you?
Nope, never saw it.
Interesting. All right, well, that sounds cool. But I wanted to get to this one. This is a big one. This is sort of old. Now, when I first wrote this, it was just a rumor, and now it's a real deal that Kristen Wiig has been cast as the villain Cheetah in Wonder Woman 2, which is fucking awesome.
Very cool.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Very exciting. I wonder if she'll be... It's supposed to take place in the Cold War. I remember reading that. So I'm not sure how a half woman, half cheetah will fit in.
Yeah.
But I'm still fucking psyched to see it.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig is a great actress, and the original Wonder Woman was fucking awesome. So I can't wait to see these two go head to head.
Yeah, and I think that Patty Jenkins is the right director to get the most out of Kristen Wiig. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for sure. It's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited for Wonder Woman 2. It's gonna be really, really cool. And that is a great casting. I'm excited to see what Kristen Wiig can do in a more serious role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Brad Pitt has officially signed on to join Leo in Quentin Tarantino's movie, now with the title called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Brad Pitt plays an actor, and Leo plays an actor, and Brad Pitt will play his stunt double.
Okay.
I don't know the rest of the details, but yeah. So they're the main two stars of Tarantino's new movie.
Now, wasn't this supposed to be has something to do with the Manson murders?
Yeah, so it's supposed to take place during the Manson murders,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure Margot Robbie was in talks to be Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
And I know Tom Cruise has been rumored for a role for a while.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see. A TV actor and his stunt double embark on an odyssey to make a name for themselves in the film industry during the Charles Manson murders in 1969 Los Angeles.
Cool. Sounds interesting. And it also Quentin Tarantino hasn't done something like this in a while. He's been doing period pieces. So I mean, I guess technically this is a period piece as well, but it's within the last 50 years. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like the 1800s or 1700s.
Yeah, right. He did. So the ones before that, he did.
Well, he did
two sort of Western style movies with Django, and I would qualify Hateful Eight as a Western.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
And Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
Set in World War II.
Yeah. So I mean, this is going to be the most close to the present of his other movies as possible. Like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. Jackie Brown, all like within the last 50 years it takes place. So I'm excited to see him take, current times now. Like when I say current times, you know what I mean. But yeah, that sounds awesome. Love to see Brad Pitt back in Quentin Tarantino movies. So.
We've already touched on this. The Avengers: Infinity War got moved up 1 week. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, let me just ask you this though. Did you see how it originally happened with Robert Downey Jr. on Twitter?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. tweeted at Disney and asked if he could see it early, and they said, "Yeah, how about April 27th?" And he goes, "Can I bring some friends?" And then Disney goes, "Yeah, how about the whole world?"
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, it probably was staged, but it's still really cool.
Oh, absolutely.
It was still very, very cool. I like that a lot. And just further proves that Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, is Tony Stark.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
And last but not least, so I've still never seen any of these movies. Maybe now I will. Steven Spielberg to start filming Indiana Jones in 2019.
Yes. I'm curious.
I also saw something a little more in my wheelhouse, is that the Batman won't go into production until 2019, which makes sense because they're working on 2018. They're working on Wonder Woman, Shazam, and I think one more. Can't remember which one it is. But they're working. DC's working on 3 movies in 2018, so it makes sense that Batman starts in 2019.
Yeah, and also.
And I think all along we knew it wouldn't be out until 2020. So.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, sorry, back to Spielberg.
Yeah. So, 2019, Indiana Jones 5 starts filming. I'm excited for it. As much as the 4th one was kind of shit, it was still cool to see Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg and everybody get back together for another movie. So, but I think that this one's going to be handled with a little more care now that they see what happens when you do, something like the fourth one, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So I'm excited to see how the script goes. They're going to have to write a smaller role for Harrison Ford because he can't be Indiana Jones. He just can't.
How old is he?
He's very old. He's in his 70s now. He cannot be Indiana Jones. He can't run. The minimal amount of running that he did in Blade Runner 2049 and in The Force Awakens is like evidence enough that he should not be running in any movies. So
Right.
I'm very curious to see what happens.
Watched Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner.
What'd you say?
Photo? Have you seen that photo of like?
Yeah, him punching him.
Yeah, he actually punched Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, it was my favorite photo of 2017. It's
Yeah, you
hilarious.
can't hit the moneymaker like that.
No, you can't hit the moneymaker like that. And his face, Harrison Ford's face, is just so funny. He's in like just shock. He's like so like you could tell like he's immediately like apologetic. He like felt terrible. That he like slugged Ryan Gosling. I can imagine he's got some good old man strength behind that punch too.
Oh yeah, it definitely wasn't a feather hitting him.
Indiana Jones right now, Harrison Ford, is older than Sean Connery was when Sean Connery was in Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom.
Wow.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy. So yeah, Harrison Ford's an old guy. They need to figure out how to pass this off gracefully. I don't think the Shia LaBeouf's going to be back for this one. I just don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so.
I also don't know what you do to write him out of it because he's kind of an important character.
Isn't he his son?
Yeah, kind of an important character. So I don't know.
Maybe
what
they
you
bring
do
him
here.
back. Who knows? Give him a second shot.
Maybe. I would love to see. I think Shia LaBeouf's a great actor. This is no secret. I do love Shia LaBeouf, but I don't know if he wants to do another Indiana Jones. I don't know if that's something that's going to be in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, probably not.
Or it's something that's going to be on his radar. I mean, so
yeah.
So who knows? But yeah, starting in 2019, I'm going to use this opportunity to parlay and transition right into what we're watching because I want to talk about Steven Spielberg for a second.
Okay.
Last week when we had that big snowstorm, Lindy and I watched the Spielberg documentary that is on HBO currently. It's an HBO created this documentary called Spielberg. It's almost 3 hours. It's very long.
Boy.
But it spans his entire career from when he started directing TV until like they were talking about Ready Player One. I mean, a little bit. It's a very, very cool documentary. If you are a fan of movies and you're a fan of Steven Spielberg, then this is like, you can't miss this. It's very cool. They go behind the scenes in Jaws, Schindler's List. They go in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., Jurassic Park. They go through and you can't, like, when you're watching it, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. He did that movie, and he did that movie, and he did that movie, and he did that movie. He is the most prolific, and he is the probably one of the greatest directors of all time as far as like his box office gross and also the quality of movies he's put out. It's crazy. It's insane. You don't realize it either. Like, you don't realize it until you actually think back and look at his film, like his list of films. It's crazy. It's wild.
Yeah.
Which makes me even 10 times more excited for Ready Player One.
Oh my God!
It's gonna be so good. Started. It's gonna be so good, and I am currently rereading the book. I currently started. I was packing up my shit because I'm moving. I'm packing up my books, and I right now I'm reading a Star Wars book actively, and I also pulled Ready Player One aside so I wouldn't pack it up in a box, and I started reading that as well because I need to like brush up. I know it's gonna be very different because I don't know how you pack everything that was in the book into the movie. But there's a few.
I actually heard there wouldn't be any Star Wars references in the movie.
That's odd to me. That's very odd to me, right?
Yeah.
It seems weird. I think I think if George Lucas still owned all the rights to Star Wars, I think it might have been a different story. But now that Disney owns it, I think it's kind of like, I don't know. But
we're not just going to give you a piece of the action.
Which kind of sucks because there's a few instances in the book where there's big time Star Wars references that I would have liked to see.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. But there's a few big parts in the in the book that I can't wait to see on the big screen, and I really hope they're adapted to the big screen. I'm not going to say any now because I don't want to, if they're spoilers or whatever, if you haven't read the book or whatever, but we can talk another time.
Offline.
Offline about that. Other than that, I've been watching a ton of shit. I started watching Glow finally on Netflix.
What do you think?
Love it. I wish I had started sooner.
How funny is Mark Maron? I had no idea that guy was that funny.
Mark Maron, I've watched his stand up here and there, and I always knew he was a funny dude. I didn't know he had this kind of acting funny TV show role in him.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had that. So that was really cool. I like him a lot. All the girls are really funny. All the wrestlers are hilarious.
How about the music?
Oh my God. And that's I'm just right now I am just absolutely enamored with Time Cop 1983.
Oh yeah, I love the 80s music.
It's all I've been listening to ever since you introduced me to them. So it's literally all I've been listening to. So it's awesome to watch this and be like, this is fucking awesome. Everything, the aesthetic of from the title animations to the music, everything is just I'm absolutely floored with it. You know who
I love in that show, Glow, is the benefactor, Bash, the kid with all the money.
Yeah, the producer. Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's so funny.
Yeah, he's good.
So I hope he gets more involved. I'm not sure what episode you're on, but he's involved until the end. I hope he's even more involved next season.
Yeah, me too. Me too. He's I think I'm almost done. I think I have a few more episodes to go.
I think there's only 8.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, then I'm definitely very close to the end, if not on the last episode. But I like that. I finally started The Punisher. I only got through one episode, but I'm enjoying it. I can't wait because I feel like I'm so behind because now Jessica Jones season 2 is out, and I haven't watched any of that.
I'm so behind on my shows, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And also, I still haven't watched Altered Carbon. Carbon. I haven't watched even an episode of it yet.
I haven't watched Altered Carbon, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Mr. Robot.
Oh, Mr. Robot either. Fuck.
American Horror Story. I'm so behind.
Yeah, and I'm behind on Walking Dead too. And me and Ryan are podcasting this week about it. I got to catch up. I haven't watched any of the continuation of this season. What else? So I've been traveling a lot recently. I've been downloading stuff on my iPad. Originally, I had downloaded Altered Carbon so I could watch it on the plane down to Texas. But I started watching it, and there was immediately there was just nudity in the first minute. And there's people sitting next to me on a plane, which is not the most comfortable thing to be doing. So I turned it off and I put on Drive instead. Which is a fantastic movie that I've seen 100 times, but I love that movie. And also the music in that is fucking incredible as well. It's Time Cop 1983 all over the place. It's all 80s synth. It's all 80s synth. And I also watched The Kingsman again, the first Kingsman.
Have you seen the second one?
I haven't seen the second one yet.
Okay.
But I love the first Kingsman movie. It's so good. Oh, it's so good, man. It's such a good time. I love it. I'm admittedly not a huge James Bond guy. I like the movies. I think they're cool. Don't
go out of your way to watch them. I'm the same way.
I'm not going to go out of my way to watch James Bond. It's too serious. Kingsman is exactly where I'm at with spy movies. It's like Austin Powers, but not satire. It's just badass action and it's funny. It's just really good, and I'm really excited to watch The Golden Circle. So I just love that movie. It's really good. I actually happened to see in theaters. I saw A Fantastic Woman, which happened to win Best Foreign Film. I didn't even know I was going to see that. I just happened to show up at the Alamo Drafthouse, and it was the only movie showing that I hadn't seen. And I saw it. It wasn't bad. It was in subtitles. I didn't expect that. It didn't take away from the movie, though. I sat down, and I was like, oh, fuck. What did I get myself into? I was hoping to just watch a casual movie and enjoy it, and I was like, oh, God damn it, now I got to read. But it wasn't bad. It didn't take away from it, like I said. And then the coup de grace of what I've seen since the last time we podcast was Annihilation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I really enjoyed this movie. Jen didn't really like it. Sam really liked it. Visually, so let's start visually. Visually, and we can feed right into what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Visually, it was amazing. Like the sets and the special effects, and just how the world they built inside of the Shimmer was so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Natalie Portman was awesome. I liked the ending of the movie more than I liked the ending of the book.
Okay.
Because the ending of the book is, so I'll just tell you, the end of the book, it's up in the air what happens to her husband.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman's husband. She doesn't know if he's alive or dead. And, much like the movie, she's the only one that survives the mission. But she stays inside the Shimmer to try to find him. Oh,
okay. So she never makes it back out.
Right. And she has an encounter with, so they don't give it a name in the movie, but in the book and for our conversation, they call it the Crawler.
Okay.
Is the alien entity she encounters below the White House, the lighthouse.
Yeah.
So she has that encounter, but not quite to what we saw with the mimicking and that end part with like the entity mimicking her and the score and like just the fucking visuals of it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Did you think so?
Yeah. It was like, I'm thinking about it now and like I have chills thinking about it.
Yeah. It was like that movie was so thought provoking. It's like, oh my god, like what about this? What about that?
Yep.
How about this animal? Like, oh my god, what about that scene? There's so much you can talk about.
Yeah, it's
for that movie.
I loved how they created this world. They assigned rules to how everything works, but you don't know how it works. And so you're kind of going through the movie and you're putting pieces together. And really, it's so open-ended. Like, you can really think of it in a ton of different ways, and a lot of it can be true, but you don't really know. But you're trying to figure out like what's happening around this crew that's going into the Shimmer, the team, right? And you're trying to figure it out, and as you go, you're like, oh, all right, so it's unfolding in your mind, and then you're kind of putting pieces together, like, okay, so if that's true, then that's why that happened, and that's why this is happening, and could that happen, and this, and then like you said, the end when she meets the alien, and I'm sorry, this is spoilers, right, all over the place. The score of like,
oh man,
it's unbelievably powerful. It
brought it to a next level.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a movie that's gonna, like, when I get it on Blu-ray, I'll probably watch it a few times, right away. Like, obviously, I'll watch it a ton more times now that, like, once it comes out. But right away, I'll probably watch it a couple times in a day or two. Like, I want to go back and like really try and document what I'm seeing, and like. It was a really good movie. It was really good. I really, really enjoyed it.
That's a movie where the Blu-ray will be awesome for the director commentary. I saw
100%.
I saw a clip on YouTube. I can't remember what it was, and I think it was Alex Garland, the director, talking about the scene where they encounter the alligator.
Yes.
And he puts it down. So cool. I'd love to hear him break down the final scene, the climax.
Yeah, I really need to listen to the director commentary, and I'm like so excited for his next movie, because I mean, how do you top Ex Machina? You make Annihilation, and then I don't know how he's gonna top like this with like another movie. I mean, I love this. I can't wait to see the direction he goes. So,
you know what I'm gonna do? Because you know that movie The Beach with Leo?
Yeah.
Came out when he was younger. Alex Garland wrote that book.
Really?
He was a novelist, and turned into a screenwriter, turned into a director.
I didn't know.
So
that.
I'm gonna read that book. I'm gonna fast track that on my book list.
Cool. Yeah.
So as far as other I've been watching like Friends, and that 70s show is like my filler shows. But I've been also watching some movies, and movies that I've seen before. I rewatched the original Iron Man on a snow day, which was just fucking great to go back and watch the first one of this, this 10-year saga of Marvel movies. And I also recently rewatched Spider-Man Homecoming, and I forgot how great that movie was, how great Michael Keaton was, how great Tom Holland was, how great the story was. They really did Spider-Man right. And then in comparison, I caught the end of Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
It's like a totally different time for superhero movies. Like insanely different time.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know who doesn't get his credit is James Franco for Harry Osborn. He was good as Harry Osborn.
Oh, definitely. I don't hate on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies as much as other people, only because they really set the tone for the rest of the superhero genre.
They did. They were in uncharted waters.
Right. I mean, they were the first. I mean, X-Men was really like the beginning of what we now know is superhero movies. But I think that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was really like the turning point.
Yeah.
Of like,
you know what else too? Like that franchise saw such a change. Like the first one was great. Second one, arguably better.
Yeah.
And then the third one saw what a lot of franchises see now, where the studio gets too involved and they want something that the director hasn't envisioned. Like, who was it? Sam Raimi directed those three.
Yes.
He didn't want to have Venom in the third one.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to have Kraven the Hunter or maybe Vulture. But he didn't want to have him. That's why the Venom character felt so forced. Like, as awesome as it was for us to see.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, it kind of did feel forced, and that's because the director didn't have it in his vision, whereas in the first two were his visions, and those were awesome movies.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's cool.
I watched a couple of new movies too. I watched Power Rangers, which was just great. It was great.
Yeah. And after you told me it was on Amazon Prime, I went and watched it as well, like that same day.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't have much else to say about it, but I just had a big ass smile on my face the whole time. Like, as a kid who watched it, they pressed all the right buttons with the characters and the nostalgia, and even whether they did it on purpose or not, just the cheesiness of Power Rangers.
Yeah, I mean Power Rangers was super cheesy. It was like it was the cheesiest. It was like the action scenes were so like corny, and they were flipping everywhere, and there's sparks, and there's like like
you could see the pyro things on the ground before they went off.
Yeah, it's like all that is like they capture the spirit of all that. The one thing that I'll say about this, and I've said it before, I didn't like what they did with the Megazord. I thought it was kind of like blah and like very bland. It's like
I didn't understand how it got put together.
Yeah, right. It just showed up out of smoke, and like one of the coolest parts of the show was I used to get fucking like jazzed up when like they used to show the parts of like all the pieces connecting together, like all like the fucking it was badass. It was really cool.
And I liked when they were all in the same room too.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah, like the fucking Star Trek bridge. They were all like fucking like together. Yeah, absolutely. It was way better that way. So that they need to work on that. But it was a really cool movie. Yeah, very satisfying.
And last but not least, I watched this on my Starz 7-day trial. Was Rough Night with Scarlett Johansson, Jillian from Workaholics, Zoe Kravitz, and Ilana from Broad City, and Kate McKinnon was in it.
Really? I never even heard of this.
Matt, very fucking funny. Very funny.
Okay.
First of all, I don't know how the fuck they got Scarlett Johansson to be in this movie. And you're familiar with Broad City, right?
Yeah.
You know the trainer, Trey?
Yes.
So apparently him and another woman wrote this movie, and he plays Scarlett Johansson's husband. Yeah. And I didn't think he was like, I thought it was going to be all about the girls. And it is. It's like 80% about the girls. But, 20% involves him, I would say. Maybe less, maybe like, I don't know, 85-15. But the parts that he is in, and he's like, so it's Scarlett Johansson's going on her bachelorette weekend with all her friends in Miami. And, so whereas he's with his guy friends. And honestly, they're just like sprinkled in. may be emphasizing more than I need to, but the parts that involve him and his guy friends are fucking hilarious. And the parts that like with the girls too. Oh my God, they're so funny. I don't want to give anything away, but if you get a chance, pop this one on with the Lynn dog, and you guys will not regret it. So funny.
What's it called again?
Rough Night.
Okay. All right. Will do.
Really good.
Cool.
I'm trying to think who else is in. There's a couple of funny cameos. Nothing major, but a couple of funny ones that I think you'll enjoy too.
Cool. Very cool. I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Maybe we'll get another snow day tomorrow and get started on Altered Carbon or something.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping that I'll get started on that soon. I feel like everybody's been telling me how awesome it is, and I've been waiting way too long to watch it. Same thing with Mr. Robot too. I'm so fucking disappointed in myself that I haven't watched it because I fucking love. It's one of the best. I mean, Mr. Robot is one of the best shows on TV. We've been on the bandwagon since the jump. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But you know what? Another good thing is though, like, I know nothing about the third season.
Me too. Nothing. I haven't heard anything from anybody. Yeah, I like it. I like it like that.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I think that's gonna do it. Is that it for you for what you're watching?
That's all I got.
All right, so we're gonna come back next week. We're gonna be back hot. Just like normal, we're gonna get Sean back. We're gonna continue our movie club, which we're watching The Ritual, which is still from a few weeks ago, but that's the Netflix movie, The Ritual. We'll talk about that when we'll get back on track with normal episodes. With some exciting stuff coming down the pike, we have hopefully within the next week the winner of the Star Wars posters will have gotten them in the mail, and we can make a formal announcement about who won. And then of course we're gonna do another giveaway soon, so keep an eye out for that as well. Follow us on Twitter at Make Movies Great. That's the best place to go to find out when we're doing any kind of giveaways like that, and just in general us tweeting. A lot of times we like to watch movies, and I've noticed that like all three of us will take control of the account, and as we're watching a movie on our own, we'll live tweet it, which I fucking love. I love that we do that, and I
we should do that more often.
We get good interaction with it. So I forget, you did one recently, and it went off like gangbusters. Everybody was like enjoying like the interaction with it, and I love like when I see someone else watching a movie on Twitter and they're live tweeting it. I get I get really excited about just following along. Gary Whitta, who wrote Rogue One. Yep. He's very active on Twitter, and he was live tweeting The Winter Soldier the other day and giving great commentary towards it. And I wasn't in it was on TV. I could have easily just put it on and followed along, but I just kept reading his tweets. I was like, because I know the movie, so I just was like reading his tweets instead of what he was saying. So I love that. So we should do that more often. But we do that on our Twitter account. So at Make Movies Great, check us out there. And that's gonna do it for this week. Adam, you got anything else you wanna put on these people?
I don't. Thanks for listening, everybody. And like Matt said, we will be back at full strength very soon and stronger than ever.
Absolutely.
Actually, you know what? One thing. Have you seen AP Bio?
Not yet. I want to watch it, though. Bad.
Very funny.
Okay. Glenn Howard.
Very funny. And the Mick, too. Very funny. Yeah. Two sunny actors. They basically play their sunny characters, but with in different settings with different supporting casts.
Yeah.
Very fucking funny. I'll tell you. So they haven't really, they're just starting now to tap into the supporting cast of AP Bio. The supporting cast of the Mick makes the show.
Okay. Awesome.
So just an FYI, like, you come for D, but you'll stay for Alba and Jimmy.
Okay.
Those are two of the characters in the show.
All right. I take your word for it. I gotta check it out.
Yep.
All right, and that's gonna do it for Make Movies Great Again, episode 50 for March 20th, 2018. We'll talk to you guys soon. Go see some movies.